Israel is hammering Gaza with airstrikes, hitting hundreds of targets after a devastating attack by the US-recognized terrorist group Hamas. Keep watching to find out more.
USC Jewish students hold a vigil to mourn those killed in the surprise attack in Israel. We take a look at tonight's vigil.
Today marks World Mental Health Day. Stay tuned to hear more from a USC alum on the ways to manage your mental health.
Annenberg TV News is next.
This is not about party or politics. It's about the security of our world.
President Biden today confirmed that Americans are among the hostages captured by the US-recognized terrorist group Hamas. Hi, I'm Aidan Williams.
Israel has declared war on Hamas after its unpredicted attack by air, sea, and land. I'm Cheyenne Dixon.
The first plane carrying U.S. ammunition landed at an airbase in Israel. Hamas accused the Biden administration of following a double standard policy. Israeli warplanes struck the only border crossing between Gaza and Egypt, limiting options for anyone trying to flee from Gaza.
Let there be no doubt. The United States has Israel's back. We will make sure the Jewish and democratic state of Israel can defend itself today, tomorrow, as we always have.
President Biden and his team had called with Prime Minister Netanyahu today. The president is also urging congressional leaders to take action in support of Israel, but the House is still searching for a new speaker. Vigils and rallies for Israel are continuing across Los Angeles and the world, with one right here at home. Annenberg Media's Vincent Dimont is live at Tommy Trojan, where supporters of Israel are gathering.
That's right, Cheyenne. As you can see behind me, setup is underway for the vigil being held tonight to mourn the more than 1,000 Israeli civilians killed in a surprise attack on Saturday. Throughout the week, Jewish organizations such as USC Hillel, USC Chabad, and other campus groups have been offering support and resources to many Jewish students. Tonight's event is hosted by these several groups, and tonight's attendees were told to wear blue and white, the color of the Israeli flag. We are here live right now with the executive director of USC Hillel, Dave Cohn. Thank you so much for being with us here today. So to just kind of start off, how does it feel to kind of have this event here on USC campus here today?
In the moment, I'm feeling gratitude that we're supported in doing this and in processing our grief openly and publicly and with the support of the community around us. There's a very difficult blend of painful feelings we have, and to hold that and sit in that space is what we most need.
And why do you think it's important to have kind of events like this on campus, not only for students, but just for the community in general?
I think it's crucial that we celebrate each other, and it's just as crucial that we mourn with one another. And to me, the opportunity to be held by our fellow Trojans is what this is about at its root. I would hope we can model a community as a campus that acknowledges every community's distinctive identities, their celebrations, their needs, and their tragedies when those occur, and that's what we're trying to model.
Mm-hmm. And for students who are kind of struggling with kind of the difficult nature of this event, are there resources available? Are there different things that students can do to help them through this time? Absolutely.
As you mentioned, there are so many support organizations on this campus for Jewish students, for Israeli students, through USC Hillel, through our groups for Jewish students, our groups for Israeli students, through our partners at Chabad at USC, through our wellness initiative at Hillel, and through counseling and mental health and other support systems. All this information has been posted online and is available for students to access as we navigate this difficult time.
Mm-hmm. And what are just a few of kind of the elements that are going to be in tonight's vigil? What are a few of the things that are going to be a part of tonight's event?
We designed it in partnership with students. It's oriented towards mourning. It's oriented towards processing loss. We'll be hearing from leaders, from Dean Varun Soni, and from students, and praying and singing traditional prayers of loss together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Well, Tonight's events are expected to last for a couple of hours, and for those seeking support, please visit the Hillel website at www.uschillel.org. For Annenberg Media, I'm Vincent DeMonte. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Vincent. Red Alert is Israel's rocket alert app, which provides real-time alerts for Israeli citizens and visitors when rockets or missiles are fired into Israel. One of our Annenberg students still has the app from when he visited Israel in May, and he learned more about this weekend's attacks in real time.
I just received a constant wave of notifications from this app, Red Alert. It had to have been at least 200, 300 notifications within the span of 20 minutes, just saying that there were different cities in the south of Israel near the Gaza border that were being attacked. What's really scary is that it's never just one alert. It's always at least 3 to 4 in the span of 15 seconds.
Another vigil wrapped up a short time ago in Westwood. Let's check in with reporter Michael Mellinger, who was there. Michael?
Aiden, that's right. Just got back from Westwood, where similar to what is getting set up now at Tommy Trojan, other supporters gathering earlier this afternoon on the west side of Los Angeles.
Patience, we cleared my schedule, and it's really important to understand that this is not the first time that's happened to the Jewish people, and we're hoping that it will be the last, but you never really know. The terror that's been happening in Israel is unimaginable.
And right there, just one of hundreds of people gathered on Wilshire Boulevard today. Many shared stories with us about family, friends, and loved ones caught in the crosshairs of this conflict. One individual telling us these events felt like the next Holocaust.
I was devastated. I called my family in Israel to make sure everyone was safe. And as the days passed, the numbers kept rising, and I thought this is another Holocaust.
And today's rally coming following a weekend of other vigils and rallies, and just across town from one last night in Beverly Hills.
We talked to a chapter president of Students for Justice in Palestine who is not using her real name or showing her face for safety concerns.
Part of the reason why people have these strong emotions about Palestinians, why they have such strong emotions about anything non-Western, viewing things as not part of your culture, viewing it as that's so exotic to me, I don't understand. And that escalates and it descends down into when things get a little bit rocky, so to speak, it descends into violence.
Our source said the Western media misrepresents Palestinians and her mission is to educate her school.
Human rights groups are tracking human rights violations in the war. A representative from the advocacy group Women's Voice Now spoke with us about the conflict.
Messaging around this conflict should not be one of perpetuating or stirring up more hatred and separation, but needs to be one of compassion, of empathy for all sides, because everyone is suffering. So we have an obligation to not find ways to hate each other more, but to find ways to come together even when it seems absolutely impossible. And right now it seems pretty impossible, but that's our job, not to create and sow more hatred and distrust and problem for people.
Along with Women's Voice Now, many human rights organizations are speaking out against the Hamas attack and Israeli retaliation. Journalists covering the war between Israel and Hamas are risking their lives. That kind of reporting takes a special kind of courage. From all 5 major networks have been sent to Israel to cover the deadly attacks. CNN chief international correspondent Clarissa Ward ducked for cover near the Israel-Gaza border. A former NBC correspondent who has covered many wars says it's critical to stay alert.
The debris drops on you and can kill you. So you have to know in these situations where to seek shelter and always have a way out in case things get too dicey. It doesn't always work. We've seen journalists killed in war zones, and particularly in recent years.
A United Nations resolution passed back in 2006 calls for the protection of journalists in war-torn regions.
In another war zone, Ukraine's military has not made much progress in recent months as they try to take back ground lost to Russia. A USC alum is now a correspondent for the New York Sun covering the war. She says there are unique challenges when reporting in Ukraine.
As a journalist, you go into a country and the last thing that you want to do is add an extra burden on them or an extra pressure after everything they're going through. So you need to be very careful with everything you do.
Video captured by Claire Privé-Duray shows bombed out buildings, and the sound of blasts can be heard in the distance.
We were walking through, half standing buildings and, surrounded by siren alarms, and there was nothing left, there's nothing left in that city. I mean, there is, but in that area that we were, there was nothing, everything was destroyed. Everything was bombed. And you can still see the missiles in some parts that you can still see the missiles.
Despite the slow progress, Privé-Duray says many Ukrainians remain confident because of their fighting spirit.
On this World Mental Health Day, a former USC volleyball player returns to campus with mental health resources. Victoria Garrett and her nonprofit, The Hidden Component, was on campus today to share resources and help to break the stigma of mental health in athletics. The former D1 volleyball player has also given TED Talks about student-athlete mental health.
When I was playing volleyball here at USC, I had some of the best moments of my life and so many highs. I also experienced some lows just because of the high pressure environment and how intense it is to compete at this level. And through that journey, it inspired me to be more vocal about mental health issues. And then in founding The Hidden Opponent, my hope was to invite other athletes to share their stories, receive support, resources, and overall just have community.
Being a student athlete comes with a lot of mental health struggles, and so people like Victoria, and The Hidden Opponent, them bringing awareness to the issue just helps a lot of just helps destigmatize it.
USC Counseling and Mental Health Services offer individual therapy, crisis support, and psychiatric services. If you or someone you know is in crisis, call the DPS emergency number at 213-740-4321.
A former baseball star is taking a swing at running for office. That's coming up.
The actors' strikes are going strong. We'll have the latest on what they'd be back at the bargaining table with studio executives.
COVID-19 vaccines are now available at USC pharmacies. Stay tuned to find out more.
Fushigi, I don't know what it is, but it's the coolest thing ever, and I can do it.
Hi, I'm Tim Goey, and this is Fushigi. We're gonna show you how to unlock the secrets of Fushigi, the magic gravity ball. No strings, no tricks. Magic? Maybe. An illusion? You decide. You can make Fushigi defy gravity and appear to float in midair with maneuvers like the prayer cross, the enigma, levitation, and so many more. It floats, it levitates, it will confuse the senses with its mind-blowing movements. Young or old, big or small, anyone can Fushigi from the minute they pick up the magic gravity ball. And with a little practice, you can conquer Fushigi.
This is so amusing.
I think it's fabulous.
I get it now.
Everyone loves Fushigi, and you don't have to be a magician. It's relaxing, even therapeutic. Best of all, it's just amazing.
It floats.
It's awesome. Fushigi.
From basic maneuvers to the advanced, even control more than one Fushigi at a time. You can do this. Mystify, amaze, and confuse your friends in just minutes. Now it's your turn to master Fushigi.
Fushigi.
It's sick. It's so much fun. I love it.
It's amazing.
I love it.
Me too.
My grandson, he's 16. He would love one of those. I want to buy it now.
Fushigi. Call now to order Fushigi.
Steve Garvey has seen a lot of wins on the baseball field, and he's hoping to come out on top in another competitive sport, politics. He is running to be the next U.S. Senator of California. The first baseman played almost 20 seasons for the Los Angeles Dodgers and then the San Diego Padres. The MVP has been interested in politics for many years. He says his campaign will be focused on public safety, homelessness, and education. The former MLB player founded Garvey Media Group, a sports marketing company, in 1983, and Garvey Communications, a television production company. He will be running for U.S. Senate as a Republican. Steve Garvey will be running against 3 Democrats, Representatives Barbara Lee, Katie Porter, and Adam Schiff.
Actors were still out on the picket line today with negotiations between SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP scheduled to continue tomorrow. The strike is nearing its 3-month mark. The union is holding out for 11% increase in minimum rates, while studios want to limit the increase to 5%.
My whole thing is just like, let's make sure that we have a sustainable, contract that we can actually keep improving upon each time.
We are very optimistic that things are going to be wrapping up soon. I know that our negotiating committee is back in the room today, and they weren't supposed to be. They were supposed to go back tomorrow. So that's a huge deal that they are, back today.
The writers and actors strike have had a major impact on the industry, with the U.S. Bureau of Labor reporting the employment in sound and motion picture recording has declined by 45,000 since May.
Starting today, USC Student Health is offering the newest COVID-19 booster shot. It will be available Monday through Friday for walk-ins only at the USC Health Center, USC Medical Plaza, and USC Verdugo Hills. Today, the USC Career Center held a carnival where students could play games with friends as well as network with campus recruiters. The carnival was held in Alumni Park and featured various carnival games, food, and an area to cuddle with puppies. Students could also speak with recruiters from various industries. We spoke with USC students about their experience.
Really happy that USC has resources to put these events on. I'm a transfer student and I'm also first generation. So I think all of my identities, they definitely influence me to seek more resources. And I'm glad that USC is doing this. And I think it's been beneficial for the whole student body.
It's like a low stakes way of networking. And it gets people, active and talking to each other, and, you can make friends and also possible employers.
Keep a lookout for recruitment opportunities through the USC Career Center on Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to their email list to keep up to date. Now, we got fall break coming up. I know I'm going out for a few days, so Marina, how am I looking?
Hey Aiden, thanks so much. Fall break is looking sunny. Let's check in with the current conditions. As we can see, it is partly cloudy, but still quite sunny as we take on 72 degrees today. Now let's go ahead and see if the sun keeps up with the 5-day forecast. Oh, it looks like the sun is staying out. We can see that temperatures are definitely taking a dip compared to the warming trends we witnessed last week. But as you can see, we aren't much closer to typical sweater weather season as temperatures remain in the upper 70s and low 80s. Wednesday is rolling in with a high of 76 and a low of 61, and Thursday will bring a high of 82 and a low of 63. You can expect lots of sun this week, but gusty winds from the northwest might bring some patchy skies as we look towards the weekend. Temperatures won't be cooling down anytime soon, though, as another warming trend will begin on Sunday and continue throughout early next week. As an East Coast gal, I am definitely missing that cozy fall weather, but I guess too much sun is a good problem. Now let's check in with Justin for sports.
All right, thanks. We've got keys to the game this weekend as USC faces their big rival and the biggest test of the season thus far. Before we close the book on last week, let's take a look back at the chaos of the game's winning play, and the Dodgers are one game away from being eliminated from the Major League Baseball postseason. All this next on ATVN Sports.
I'm working for an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great. Still I gotta make more cash. More education is what I'm looking at. When I get a degree, I will make a bigger salary. So now I've got to see which college is right for me. I went on the internet and found Education Connection. I took some free tests to find out my direction. I'm taking my classes online, getting my degree on my own time. Education Connection matched me with the right college for free. Get connected for free with Education Connection.
Log on now and get your free success kit worth $100. Log on now to educationconnectiontv.com. That's educationconnectiontv.com.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with Chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet and Chia Tree are available at Kmart, Rite Aid, Ames, and Woolworth. Makes a great gift.
All right, welcome back to ATVN. This is Sports. I'm Justin White. Don't worry, Curran's not missing. He's over at the Monitor, where he's going to talk about USC's keys to success against Notre Dame this weekend.
That's right, Justin. I am at the Monitor. USC will head to South Bend this weekend to play Notre Dame in order to retain the jeweled shillelagh. Notre Dame is reeling after a 33-20 loss at Louisville last weekend. Now, Louisville's defense gives USC the blueprint to shut down Notre Dame's offense, and that is to pressure Sam Hartman. Here, Louisville rushes 5 defenders. You see this defender getting through, able to pressure Sam Hartman, who throws an interception. But what happens if you don't pressure him? Well, in this case, the pressure gets to him late. Sam Hartman reads the field and throws a laser in a tight window to Mitchell Evans for a big gain. Now, Lincoln Riley gave his scouting report on the Notre Dame offense.
Transfer quarterbacks come in and done overall a really nice job for him. You know, they've moved the ball efficiently. He's played very well. A few new people in the supporting cast. Big physical offensive line, kind of what you come to expect out of playing in Notre Dame.
Now, along with just simply pressuring the quarterback, USC's secondary will also have to prevent Notre Dame from converting quick plays. This is an opportunity for the USC defense to make a big statement.
All right, well, if you were at the Coliseum on Saturday, you definitely saw the Trojans call a play in triple overtime that some would call interesting, to say the least.
You know, it was something that gave Caleb a chance to run it or throw it, and I actually think he would have thrown it. We had 2 receivers that tripped each other up, which was a little unfortunate. It might have been a little bit less dramatic, but guys executed it in the end, and that's what you practice for those moments for. Again, proud of our guys for getting it done.
All right, well, let's break this last play down. You see the whole offensive line moves to the left. That's bait. Don't buy it. The play's down here. They're setting a little pick for Dorian Singer, who's going to cut into the inside and cut back outside. Perfect play, right? Here's the problem. Dorian Singer trips up right here. What happens now? This is what Caleb Williams is so good at. Cue the circus music. Cuts back inside, back outside. Reaches for the pylon, and he's in the end zone. Defense has to go back on the field. They hold on strong for that win. One thing I want to note, Riley said that they have been practicing that play for a while now. Don't lie to me, Lincoln. All right, my high school coach drew that one up on the sideline. I know better. All right, you're lying to me.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are on the brink of elimination from the MLB playoffs after an 11-2 humiliation by the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 1 and a 4-2 loss in Game 2 last night. Game 2 was a game of miscues for the Dodgers. Starter Bobby Miller gave up 3 runs in the first inning, with the bullpen later stabilizing. But the Dodgers wasted a golden opportunity, only getting 1 run out of loaded bases in the 6th inning.
You know, we just got to pitch better and, at times and take better bats. I think that we have the guys that can do it. And, we just got to take better team at bats and win the next game, win Game 3.
So, Justin, frankly, the Dodgers just don't look good right now, right? What's this on? Is it the players or is it the management?
Well, I don't want to say that the players are totally free of the blame, but I'm going to say it's the management. I think Dave Roberts, this seems like a team that just gives up anytime they face any adversity in the playoffs. 906 runs all season long. The Bats have gone into hibernation in the playoffs. I think Roberts just lacks the ability to be that tough guy leader that I think the Dodgers so desperately need.
I got to stick up for Dave Roberts a little. Dave Roberts is the 3rd leader in the MLB in terms of winning percentage. He has the most wins. He has more wins than that. Well, he has a ring. But on the players,
he has 1 ring and they should have won 4 rings.
On the players, the Dodgers don't have starting pitching. I mean, you have 3 starting pitchers done. And, with that, it's hard to win baseball games without starters.
All right, well, I suppose we'll have to agree to disagree on there. That's all from your ATVN Sports team today. Once again, I'm Justin White.
And I'm Karin Rastogi.
Don't leave just yet. We've got more up next.
Professor by day and DJ by night, this USC professor is definitely doing it on the DJ.
I've replaced your shoelaces with fruit by the foot.
So you did. I replaced your fingers with fruit by the foot.
Bravo. I replaced your bones with fruit by the foot.
Indeed you have. I replaced your guitar strings with fruit by the foot.
Seems like a step backwards, but alright. I replaced your DNA with fruit by the foot. That would be end game, my friend.
Fruit by the foot. Fruit-flavored snack.
Are you guilty of driving while talking on your cell phone?
Hi, Billy Mays here for the Jupiter Jack. The most convenient hands-free device for any cell phone, guaranteed. Plug it into any phone and mount it on the dash. Preset your radio to 99.3 FM and you're ready to go. Jupiter Jack transmits quality sound through the speakers in your car. Instead of hearing music, you hear the other person. No plugs, no wires, no hands. Call now and get the Jupiter Jack for just $40. Order right now and we'll cut the price in half. You'll get the Jupiter Jack for only $19.99. As a bonus, we'll also include the Jupiter Jack phone mount. It mounts easily and adjusts to fit any shape or size phone. Just pay separate shipping and handling. That means you get the Jupiter Jack and the phone mount, a huge value, all for just $19.99.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-346-5231. But call now. We're giving away a bonus dashboard mount with all of today's orders. So call 1-800-346-5231. Call now.
One USC professor has a unique talent. By day he teaches, but by night... Muniz is a professor of writing here at Dornsiff. On nights and weekends, however, you'll find the professor dropping beats for crowds of thousands. He has performed at notable festivals like EDC Mexico and Nocturnal Wonderland.
Now, thank you so much for being here. What inspired you to pursue DJing as a career?
It's actually started as a hobby that just took on a life of its own. I was in the midst of getting my PhD and then had this little side gig where I would share my music with, people in warehouses, sweaty warehouses all around LA, and then it just kind of exploded.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know what it's like working as both a professional writer and a professional DJ.
Again, it's not very healthy, but I compartmentalize my life, right? Sometimes I'll have to fly somewhere on the weekend, go play a crazy festival, come back jet lagged, and then the students are like, "Oh, what'd you do this weekend?" And I gotta switch gears and try to figure out exactly how to explain to them that, "Oh yeah, I had a good weekend," but I don't really let them in on all the secrets,
For sure. And what would you say to students who are kind of on the fence about pursuing their creative endeavors? I know there's a lot of pressure to focus primarily on school and kind of give that up.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's about developing the whole person. Especially I teach that to my students in my classes, right? So whether they're a neuroscience student who's interested in poetry, I try to get them to sort of figure out how to sort of incorporate that into their life in any way possible. Kind of follow and trust your instincts on that level.
Well, thank you for joining us. And make sure to catch Professor Muniz, not just for writing classes, but also when he's spinning the disc.
Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Aidan Williams.
And I'm Cheyenne Dixon. For more coverage, watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Annenberg Media. Good night.